The Coin Lady channel would like to welcome you back. Today, I want to have a conversation about XRP. In this video, I'll discuss the Federal Reserve and the current banking situation. Most of you are probably aware that Silicon Valley Bank failed recently and that the Federal Reserve Board will hold an emergency meeting of its Board of Governors on Monday. As a result of this, I think they'll discuss increasing interest rates. For a while, at least, I think the Fed will hold off on raising interest rates. Awaiting further developments. Janet Yellen has warned the House of Representatives of the imminent threat of economic collapse. The people who fell for Joe Biden's lies and who continue to boast about the health of his economy sadden me. I trust everyone was getting ready. She fears that the economy will collapse. I predict a severe cash flow emergency in the near future. In my opinion, SVB was only one of many involved parties. It seems like that was the first domino to fall. Even though it's happening already, I think many more banks will fail in the near future. Aside from the crypto community, most people can't see certain things. To get them to see it your way, you try to convince them. So you just sit there and tell them to leave the bank. Get your money out of the bank as soon as possible, especially if it's a large sum. They stare at you like you're crazy. However, we are already familiar with Executive Order 14,067, which addresses the issue of fairness. If multiple banks in the United States fail, we all know the FDIC will not be able to save the day. Since anyone with money in the banks can easily be wiped out at any moment, the greatest transfer of wealth is about to occur, and most people are completely unaware of it. At this very moment. And then what do you think will occur? When a new financial system is introduced, those who have cryptocurrency at their disposal are instantly elevated to the ranks of the 1%. I can confirm that this is occurring, and it appears to be happening sooner than I anticipated. Even though its market capitalization was $43 billion, Circle's ASK, the second largest stablecoin, had $9.8 billion stashed away at the defunct Silicon Valley Bank, the details of which were never made public. I'm interested in the impact this has on ASK, but I haven't seen anything substantial emerge from the Circle as of yet. Awaiting further developments. Coinbase was recently promoting ASK to its customers, and I'll be discussing that in a separate video. Last month, at a price of $320, Jim Cramer recommended buying Silicon Valley Bank. The state of California is closing it down today. Also, keep in mind that whatever Jim Cramer says, the exact opposite is likely to occur. He just said JP Morgan is impregnable, so it looks like they'll be the next to go. Quite simply, I do my banking here. And there in front of you is the accounting ledger. It's how I've been thinking about crypto for quite some time. I've considered putting money in a savings account, only to find that it doesn't grow, when instead I could put that same amount of money into cryptocurrency and make 100 times as much. In my opinion, the bank has been doomed for some time, and people are finally beginning to recognize this. Most people now know that banks will never help them improve their financial situation. Their main function is lending money, after all. This concludes the discussion. After that, you'll have to start paying interest on that loan. What else does the bank have to offer, anyway? Today I overheard a conversation in which two people were discussing CD and the 6% interest rate being offered by their respective banks. And here I was wondering why the bank would be so generous with their interest rates. Just give it some thought. Money left unused presents an opportunity for profit. I think there are a lot of issues, so they are trying to raise money. In March of this year, there was an ISO 222 Big Bang migration weekend. That will be in 10 days. Consider that. Now the mass exodus is about to occur. It's not just the banking system that's crumbling, there are plenty of other issues popping up simultaneously around the globe. Is XRP the end goal, then? That is the million-dollar question. Additionally, many commentators have speculated that XRP triggered the banking crisis. Why? Because they realize XRP is the only solution. The impending liquidity crisis can only be resolved by adopting that model. As soon as Vitalik came for XRP, Ethereum could no longer expect any sort of protection. When they tried to throw us under the bus as China controlled, XRP, in my opinion, lost her right to protection. Have you forgotten that? Even though many still consider Ethereum to be too big to fail, the cryptocurrency has recently been labeled a security, increasing the likelihood that it will soon collapse. No, it's not. By going after Ethereum, Gary could essentially be shooting ducks while making a splash. Biden's 30% levy on Bitcoin mining. Speculation about Bitcoin's future is practically inevitable at this point. The structure is destined to begin disintegrating soon. The European Union has already dismissed it as irrelevant, and now Vice President Biden wants to tax cryptocurrencies and increase capital gains tax rates on them to 40%. As far as I'm concerned, we're at a turning point now. After this, I think XRP will rise. I share your sentiments entirely, but I feel compelled to point out that this is far worse than selectively allowing certain industries to tap into our power supply. Biden has proposed a 30% tax on the cost of electricity used in Bitcoin mining. Those who generate their own power off the grid would be subject to the same tax. If you come up with a different way to generate electricity to mine Bitcoin, you will still be subject to taxes. Perhaps this is all part of the plan by the World Economic Forum and the Great Reset to destroy Bitcoin. Maybe. And this idea was completely Biden's brainchild. He's approving a proposal that was not originally his idea. Your friend Michael Saylor advised you to take out a second mortgage and buy Bitcoin at $60,000, so you did. Have you forgotten that? Because of this, people like Michael Saylor and Jim Cramer are released from prison and allowed to return home. They can tell others to go dig in the couch for loose change to buy Bitcoin and still retire comfortably. This strategy ultimately leads to the ruin of retail investors. In my opinion, that's the most unfortunate aspect of the situation. Why don't I discuss Bitcoin on this channel? I don't think it's worth my time. It serves no practical purpose. Not compatible with the current economic system when it becomes available. Unfortunately, I can't come on here and recommend that anyone make any kind of Bitcoin investment, because I know that doing so is a bad idea. Oh well, even if the top blew off on the way in, it still took off. How might Bitcoin fare if the dollar were to fall? The multiple could be as high as 10, maybe even 6 times. Investing the same amount of money in XRP would yield a 100-fold return in the short term and a 1,000-fold return in the long term. That's how I see it now. Now more than ever, I am confident in predicting that XRP will eventually have the largest market cap of any cryptocurrency. Don't dismiss the idea out of hand. What do you think will be the most popular cryptocurrency if Gary goes after Ethereum and Biden goes after Bitcoin? You know XRP will win, and I believe that even if other cryptocurrencies surge to prominence, XRP will remain on top. I think XRP will eventually overtake Bitcoin even if Bitcoin doesn't drop in value. Only XRP is in the green and aiming for 40 cents among the top 10 cryptocurrencies. Moreover, it has already begun to decouple and move apart from Bitcoin. But once that lawsuit is resolved, the value of XRP will skyrocket. To be honest, I can't wait until that time comes. I eagerly anticipate the arrival of fear of missing out funds, institutional funding, and the launch of on-demand liquidity at banks across the United States. The war between Ripple and SEC case will never end. And I think this will end soon because the United States recognizes XRP value. In the second video I made about XRP for this weekend, I discuss how Ripple is quietly preparing the way for it to be used to transfer funds within the United States. I think it was all deliberate from the start. I'm convinced that the timing is off, but that the right time is coming soon. It's not hard to see why XRP is on the rise in light of the events I've been pointing out in the world and how they'll affect the price of XRP. I really want to keep you going until you cross the finish line. When those green candles appear, I want you to be there to see them. My sense of our closeness, however, is unlike anything I've experienced before. My guess is that a year from now is too optimistic. To my mind, 2023 is the most likely year for this to occur. I keep hearing people say that nothing significant will occur this year or next. Mark your calendars for 2025. Earlier, in my opinion. There will soon be a liquidity crisis, and I fear that few people are paying attention to the warning signs. People outside of the crypto community are going to get wrecked, and I try to warn them every chance I get, but it's futile. They are practically dozing off while driving. In other words, You're warning them that they are about to crash. As soon as possible, remove your funds from these financial institutions. However, they disregard your warnings because they either trust the government to bail them out or trust that their money is secure in the bank. No matter what their situation is, I feel bad for them. But I'm going to end this video here. Please accept my sincere appreciation for tuning in. Thanks to everyone who has watched my videos. Please like and subscribe my channel. See you later, bye.